welcome to Connecting with the Crusaders. I'm here with Mrs. Abby Henry, one of our English teachers. How's it going, Abby?
It's going great. It's awesome.
So, my number one question, I think, for you is, what do you miss about being inside the halls of Lancaster Catholic?
Oh my gosh, everything. I didn't realize how much I would miss it until you're not allowed to go. Um, I think the number one thing I miss is interacting with the kids and hearing their stories and just like the friendly banter that we have back and forth and their smiles, just seeing them every day. They just always bring such joy to my day. So that's definitely something that I miss a ton.
So we decided right when this kind of hit a couple weeks ago that we were going to do online classes, and we kind of had that in our back pocket with the snow days, and thankfully never had any snow days this year to use it. So we were able to hit the ground running that first week that Governor Wolf shut schools down to do this online classes. So how's that been going from the teacher's perspective?
Everything's been pretty streamlined. I mean, like you said, we already had it set up with the flexible instruction days. So it wasn't so much of planning necessarily in terms of what we do. It was just kind of when do we start? So I feel like they gave us a day, and I honestly couldn't ask more from our faculty. We just had a faculty meeting last week, and everything seems to be going well. I think the only complaint is just the coursework, which is hard to gauge as a teacher, with how long things are going to take certain students. So other than that, I feel like we've had great feedback. We're all learning. There's been a ton of grace given to us and to the students in terms of just trying to navigate what is clearly just uncharted waters. We've never done this before. So
what have you found that has worked really well for just you and your classes?
I just started it actually, but I did these Google Meets. I mean, there's nothing that can replace face-to-face time with students, to me personally as an educator, and just hearing their responses to certain questions. So that's something that I did 2 yesterday, and I did 2 today with my classes, with my Brit Lit and my English 1 classes. And they just went really well. It was great to hear from the students. It kind of just helped you connect a little bit more. I'm also a huge fan of the digital world. So I already had some things implemented, which was nice, Flipgrid, Padlet. And I'm going to transition onto Google Classroom next week. So
that sounds exciting. So basically, where is your setup when it's time for you to sit down and do work? Where do you actually do
it? So I do have a office upstairs, and my husband is currently home. He's a lawyer. He's home, and so he uses that as his home base. So I actually just do my work right here. So I'm on my couch, which is pretty nice. I have my puppy Luna over there. She's kind of snoozing by me. So this is where the magic is happening for now. And it's been working out great. I can kind of spread things out on my coffee table and get to work.
Just one of the questions that I've had, and I've kind of been behind the scenes and seen how this has all worked, but how much time a day as a teacher are you spending on answering emails and setting up classes?
So much. My husband's funny because he's like, you need to not, answer questions at 9 p.m., 10 p.m. You need to turn it off. But it's just really hard right now when I know that my students need me, and they're trying to figure things out, sometimes on their own if parents are still working, or with other siblings that they have to share their technology with. So all the time, from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep, I'm answering emails and trying to set up and trying to make things more interactive, which I think is something that is tough to do digitally. So I mean, I think all teachers are like this. We are constantly looking for new things to do with our students, even in the classroom, like when we're physically there, but even now digitally. Okay, how can I make this work with them on a digital platform and still make it fun and engaging and something that they want to do? So I think that's always the challenge, and it's an all day long endeavor. And I feel like there's tons of resources out there right now and tons of companies that are giving free premium things to teachers. So that's awesome, but it can be kind of overwhelming in terms of what do I do next or what do I want to do? And also giving kids a chance to process everything that's happening. So yeah, it's been an all day long type of job right now.
I think it's good to hear that because I think maybe some people might not realize how much time that the teachers and the faculty are putting in, because we put out that office hours. Like there's three hours in the day that if you need to reach out to a teacher, that he or she is available to you. And I think some people might think that there's just 3 hours that the teachers are working, and that is obviously not the case.
No. And I feel like, what is it? I think it's 10 to 1 now. It was 10 to 2. And I think those are kind of there to protect us from ourselves type of thing, because to have that like start time and end time, even though I am absolutely positive that no teacher is kind of strictly adhering to that, just because we all want to help our kids, which is, for teachers most of the time in this profession, we do it because we want to see the success of our kids. So if they need us, we are probably going to answer, even if it's at 10 p.m.
That's great to hear. I mean, that's one of the reasons why, Lancaster Catholic is so successful, I think, is that what you just said right there, the faculty cares that much. All right, shifting gears away from that, what are you doing to stay active?
I'm not. No. No, I am. I'm taking my dog for a walk all of the time. We're going, for walks. I was super lazy in the beginning and just kind of staying in my house. But today I did a little bit of gardening. I've been reading. Obviously I'm an English teacher, so I love to read. So that's been kind of nice that I've had time to do that. And yeah, eating.
Yeah, same.
I've been eating a lot. I've been cooking a lot. So, yeah.
So one of the questions I've been asking the students is what is the favorite TV show that they've been binge watching and things like that. But for you specifically, I knew this was going to be for you. What book are you reading?
Okay, so I'm reading The Overdue Life of Amy Byler, which is about a teacher who her husband has left her, and now she's trying to pick up the pieces of her life. So that's what I'm reading right now. And I don't really have anything else on the radar for after this, which kind of makes me nervous. But my husband just started The Red Rising. I forget who it's by, but I'll probably pick that up after this. So
pretty awesome. Now, so I mean, do you want to answer the TV show that you're binge watching, or you probably don't have time with all the teaching that you're doing?
No, there's definitely time for binge watching. I'm not really binge watching anything at the moment. I'm trying to think. I mean, my husband and I always have The Office on kind of in the background. Yeah, I think the next thing that we might binge watch, which I'm kind of nervous to, is that Tiger.
Oh man, I really want
the Tiger.
Yeah.
What it's
like
called.
Joe Exotic. I don't know what it's called either. It's Joe Exotic. That looks so fascinating, and so
yeah,
everything I've seen says that it's insane.
Yeah, my sister-in-law and brother-in-law were like, we are gonna finish it tonight. You guys have to watch it. But I'm not a big like zoo and animals in captivity type of person, so I feel like I'll just like feel bad for the cats. So I was like, I don't know if I can do it or not.
So in the Carver household, we are huge sports fans. So obviously this is very upsetting for us. So and my wife is part of this, and she's laughing about it. And it's pretty epic though. We always watch Top Chef, and I don't know why, because we don't cook like that. We don't eat that fancy food, but I just love watching it. So in the absence of at sports, we actually did a fantasy draft of Top Chef, which started last week, and we have I found a spreadsheet. It's like super competition. It's pretty epic. So it's a weird show that's on tonight, but we're fantasy. We did a fantasy draft for Top Chef, which is kind of crazy.
I'm a big fan of shows too. And actually I lied before, because I binge watched a couple episodes last night before going to bed of, it's called like The Final Table. I love food shows too. Like I'm a huge foodie. So, and we also don't cook like crazy like they do, but, I also have been obsessed with Great British Bake Off, like for the past couple months. And I've been like trying to make my own bread. which is really funny. Sometimes it turns out great, sometimes it doesn't, but yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, I've taken up enough of your time. You probably got to answer some kids' emails and take the dog for a walk. Thank you so much for joining us on Connecting with a Crusader. Hopefully, we'll be back together soon.
Yeah, I hope so. I really miss the kids. I miss my routine. And I hope everyone's just staying, healthy and make sure that you're getting outside, getting some fresh air and some sunshine. So
perfect. Thanks, Abby.
Yep, you're welcome.